Are you wanting to rank on Google, but not too sure how, and have somehow got caught up in Black Hat SEO? Well, it's time for you to stop these practices right now, because it is severely going to impact on how you show up online. Hi everyone, it is Leanne Cohens here, Digital Success Catalyst and owner of Marketing Leap. And today we are talking SEO and some of what's classified as black hat SEO practices that people do. If you're in business, I'm pretty sure you would have had different emails from people, usually overseas, talking about different practices that will actually help you rank. What is black hat SEO? It's a set of practices that actually go against Google and other search engine guidelines. So they were used before things started getting, or Google started getting very clever with their artificial intelligence and everything else that they were doing to help website owners and people actually boost the website rankings and effectively cheat the system. If you're not too sure, and this is all sounding like gibberish to you, firstly, let me explain what SEO is. SEO is search engine optimization, and that is what actually helps you show up in Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo and a lot of these search engines, so that when people are actually looking for something specific, your website or a blog or a piece of content that you've created will actually come up and rank fairly high in that search engine. And the reason that this is important is because according to a study by BrightEdge, which is a leading data analysis company, organic traffic, which is what shows up without being paid, when it comes to SEO, organic traffic is actually responsible for about 51% of people coming to your website. That's fairly important when you think everything else is actually going to cost you money, or it's going to be involving referral traffic. And it actually trumps all these other ones like paid traffic, which is sitting at 14%. So basically 14% of traffic that goes to a website is paid. And then social is only 5%. Of all the traffic that actually goes to most websites, social only makes up 5% of that traffic. So organic traffic and actually sending people to your website when they're actively searching for something is so important. And that's where search engine optimization comes in, because it is highly targeted for what they call user intent, which is, when someone is typing in and specifically looking for something. It's cost effective, and it actually gives you a lot more long-term benefits, with a caveat that you have to keep maintaining your site. Not only that, when people actually come to your site directly from a search engine, 9 times out of 10, they're actually in a buying mode, more so than social media. I mean, you don't get onto Facebook because you want to buy something, or Instagram. You 9 times out of 10 are stalking or looking for entertainment, not because you want to actively buy. Whereas when people get onto Google and onto a search engine, their search intent is a lot higher, because they're specifically looking for information or something to purchase. So you end up getting higher sales from someone who actually comes to your website directly from a search engine. Not only that, but having your organic local rankings as a local business is really, really important. Google and a lot of these search engines are getting a lot more clever. They are using artificial intelligence, and they're actually, despite everything that's going on with Apple trying to, protect people's privacy, you're still being tracked. The search engines can still, based on your IP, pick up the location of where you are, and they can also have a look at, based on the cookies in your browser history, have a look at your previous search queries and what websites you've been looking at, and they will actually give you the most relevant information based on what they find. Actually having that search engine optimization set up is so important. And being, as far as where you are ranked, if you are actually sitting in ranked number 1 in the search engine, you will actually get 21% of clicks. If you're ranked in position number 2, you get about 10%, and if you're ranked 3, you get about 7.5% of all the clicks that will actually send people to your website. Now, to keep people on your website from there on in, it's entirely up to you. You've got to have the right content, and it actually comes down to something new that Google has rolled out, which they actually call EAT, which is your expertise, your authority, and how trustworthy you are. That's what's going to actually keep people on your website. Now, when it comes to Black Hat SEO, like I said, it's all about cheating Google and cheating the websites and going against best practice. Here are some of the things that you need to check. And if you are doing them, you need to stop them right now. Because like I said, these search engines are getting a lot smarter and there is a lot more artificial intelligence out there to actually track what you're doing. So the first thing is publishing tons of low quality content. There is so much information on the internet now. There is so much that is going out. When you think that, we are being bombarded with thousands and thousands of messages every single day. There's something like 500 minutes of video being uploaded on YouTube, like every single minute. Sorry, 500 hours of video being uploaded. Publishing content for the sake of publishing content, it's not worth it anymore. The whole idea is, like I said, is to show authority, to show your expertise, and to show that you are trustworthy. So when you are going to create content, you have to make sure that you're answering a question, that you're actually helping your ideal client, whether it's a question or an issue that they've got. You've got to be offering value. So creating content purely for the sake of putting it out there because you have to create content, it's of no use to you if it is of low value. Now, the next thing is keyword stuffing and cloaking. So keywords are effectively just the search terms that people type in to find you or to get an answer to something. So what used to be probably not as prevalent now because of all the different updates that Google's got or that they've done is keyword stuffing and cloaking. And that is where you're literally filling a page full of keywords in the hope that, that will help you boost your rankings. And it doesn't actually work. Now, there's a plugin that we use on all the websites that we work on called Yoast SEO, which is YOAST SEO. And what that does is that actually helps you track the percentage as far as keywords go, and it should be between 1 and 4%. If you've got a 2,000 word blog, the keyword should come up about 4 or 5 times. That's keyword stuffing. The other one is cloaking, and that's actually hiding keywords. And an old trick that used to be done is there would be a lot of white space on a page, and then the words would be in white as well, so you couldn't actually see them, but the search engines would actually pick it up. And exactly like keyword stuffing, that's cheating. So having a look at your website and just making sure that you have the right percentage of keywords to the words on the page, and making sure that you don't have anything cloaked as well is really, really important. And then the third one is actually comment spamming. Now, again, this is a massive issue that we have with a lot of the clients that whose websites we look after, and that's where people, or so-called SEO experts, will go into a blog post and do all these random comments, but leave a link back to their website or to a website that they're trying to build links for. Now, that's actually spammy behavior, and if you do it too much, you'll actually be blocked. So if you are going to comment on someone's blog posts, make sure it's relevant, and don't do it just to leave a link to your website and go, because what Google does now is they will actually track that, and that will do a lot more lasting damage to your website as well, not just the website that you're actually leaving the comments on. And then the final one is actually buying backlinks. And again, if you're in business, you would have at least once or twice received an email telling you that you can buy backlinks. Again, it's illegal because 9 times out of 10, the people that are selling you backlinks are actually comment spamming. Every single website is ranked by authority. So just because you've got a particular backlink, if that is to a website that is classified as having low authority, that's just going to drag your website down with it. So, buying backlinks is a huge no-no. So those 4 areas to look at: publishing heaps of low quality content, keyword stuffing and cloaking, comment spamming, and buying backlinks, the 4 main aspects of Black Hat SEO. So it's always a good idea to go back and just double check what's on your website and make sure that you are doing things the right way. And like I said, especially these days with Google and the search engines, increased focus on understanding search intent. So understanding what people are actually asking for when they are searching for something. Also looking at voice search. So a lot of the work that Google's doing now is impacted around Alexa and Siri and people searching using voice. For you as a business owner, the most important things that you need to focus on with your website is making sure that you are showing your expertise, making sure that the information that you are putting up on your website is showing your authority in your area and that it is trustworthy. And of course, when it comes to your website, then making sure that you have a really great user experience, because this is what Google is focusing on now. And they only have one job, and their job is to put the most relevant information in front of their client, who is the person searching, in the fastest possible time. And the way that Google will track how relevant and important and trustworthy the information on your website is by tracking how they move through your website, how long they stay on a page, how far down they read. And yes, they do track all of that. Having the right user experience on your website is really, really important. And if you're not too sure about some of these other ways of actually doing SEO the right way, I have done another video previously where I actually talk about how to do SEO correctly for your website. If you're not sure of how any of this works and you'd like to get some idea of what would be the best thing for your business, please comment below or send me a message and we can have a chat and let's just see how we can help you grow your business online. So in the meantime, guys, I hope that has been of value to you. Have an incredible week and I will see you next Monday. If you would like to learn more about digital marketing or even just how to grow your business in the online space using all the different digital platforms that are out there, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell so that you get notified every single time we upload a new video.